Live. Man, I lost my voice on that one. Live. Okay, number, I got a calendar right here. I'm just writing the number 108. I wonder if I put down 108. I could have put down 107 maybe. Okay, this morning I was looking at different quotes and I came across this quote of what you think you become. The quote said, what you think you become. Now, it was contributed to Buddha. I'm not sure if he said that or not, or the idea at least, because definitely didn't speak English. I know that much. But there's a truth in that quote. And I know other writers and other people who understand that concept. What you think you become. And we're just going to start off this routine with that concept. Again, what you think you become. How many times can I repeat it? What you think you become. I can do that for 30 minutes. But this concept is important. All joking aside, what you think you become. So an author or a thinker like Ernest Holmes understands the same concept. The science of mind understands the same concept. So for example, let's say you wake up in the morning and you think, man, today is going to be a crappy day. Guess what? You're going to have a crappy day. Because everything in that day is going to be interpreted through that mindset. So if you're going to have the same exact day, but you woke up and said, you know what, today is going to be a great day, you're going to interpret everything as being a great day. And this is all about a mindset. So you wake up, oh man, this is going to be a crappy day. If something great happens that day, you're going to have the mindset of saying, you know what, could have been better. You're going to have that mindset. And then you wake up, the same exact day happens, and you say, you know what, today's going to be a great day. And you're going to have that great thing happen in that day. You're going to interpret it as, man, this is great. It's all about a mindset. Very simple. I made that very simple, but that is the concept. So with that said, we're going to begin this sun salutation, this yoga routine, can't think right now, with the mount pose. We're going to do the two sun salutations. The first sun salutation is going to be difficult, supposedly difficult, with variations going into the stretches deeper. And then with the second sun salutation, we're going to do the standard sun salutation, which is shorter. And hopefully what this does is allows the mindset of easiness. Everything's about a mindset. So the first sun salutation is so-called difficult. You go into the standard one, so-called easier, and you're going to grasp this mind of easy. And then you're going to take that mindset and apply it in the so-called real world. And then we'll end it with the mountain pose. So let's go ahead and begin. Your mountain pose, feet are shoulder width apart, toes go up, spread the toes as wide as you can. Each toe touches the floor one at a time. My mat straight, so my mat is straight. Knees are bent, hips are tilted. No tension in shoulders or arms. And the way that this routine is going to go is that it's all about a mindset. So pay attention to the parts that I talk about a mindset, acceptance, judgment, easiness when we get into the second sun salutation, and so on and so forth. So you're focusing on the breathing, thinking of nothing else but the breathing. And in the mountain pose, you're finding a spot where the skeleton is just standing. You're going to bring the palms together. Thumbs go to the heart center. Push the arms out, up and back. Inhale slowly. It's the first stretch, so go nice and easy. And then exhale. As you exhale, you hinge forward from the lower back. And we're just going to fall into the ragdoll. With the ragdoll, the arms are dangling, head is dangling, so no tension in the arms, with the neck. You're just accepting the mindset of acceptance. Just let the body go where it goes. So, for example, if you're up like this, or you're like this, man, don't think, man, I can't go farther down. Forget about it. And if you're going all the way down and you're thinking, man, I'm doing this pose perfectly, still, judgment, let that mindset go. Once you're settled, you're accepting. You're learning to obtain that mindset of acceptance. Just focus on the breathing. Relax. Relax the lower back. Relax the arms, the head. Not the head, the neck. You can relax the head, I guess. The palms to the calves, elbows into the sides of the legs. You're going to arch the back, raise the head. Inhale slowly. And then exhale. As you exhale, you pull yourself in. Foreheads go into the knees. Push all the air out. And again, arch the back, raise the head. Inhale. Inhale as much as you can. Go slowly. And then exhale, pull yourself in and down. Push all the air out. Forehead go to the knees. And again, arch the back, raise the head. Inhale. And then exhale. As you exhale, you pull yourself in and down. Push all the air out. And we're going to do two more. So arch the back, raise the head. Inhale. And then exhale, pull yourself in and down, foreheads go to the knees, push all the air out. And again, arch the back, raise the head, inhale. And then exhale, pull yourself in and down, push all the air out. Palms to the sides of the feet. The left leg is back. You're going into a low lunge. With the low lunge, top of the foot to the floor, knees to the floor. Hips are square, pushing forward diagonally. Back is straight. If your back is straight, you're reaching out. So the back is as straight as you can get it, reaching out. And if you're going to arch it, you're going to arch and you're still pushing forward. And make sure the front knee is not over the toes. Palms are to the floor, maybe to your fingertips. Maybe you're like this. Wherever you are, you settle in it, you accept where you are, and you just focus on the breathing, thinking of nothing else but the breathing. Now, when you're focused solely on the breathing, what happens, it heightens your awareness, what's going on in the body. So, you have a so-called issue in the lower back or in your knee, you're aware of that stuff, but you're not focused on it. The mindset is you're not focusing on your problems. Focusing on the breathing, aware of your problems, adjusting to help, but you're not focused on it. Also, the focus on the breathing is what allows the mind and body to connect. So you're letting go of judgment. All that stuff is barriers. Hey, the dog barked. He barked kind of early. Not kind of early. He barked 5 minutes early. So now with the back foot, you're going to curl the toes under. You're going to go up into the monkey. So you bring yourself up. Now, if this is too much on your knee, just get something, put it under your knee. Towel. You can get up, run to the closet, grab a towel, and put it right over your knee. We'll stay here. So arms are up. You're reaching up. Palms can go together. I'm sorry, not palms. The arms can go parallel. I'm not thinking right this morning. Or out. You can look forward, you can look up, but whatever you're doing, make sure the fingers are wide as you can get them. Reaching up and just focused on the breathing. You're just thinking of nothing else but the breathing. Now, you may be wobbling, you may be going back and forth, and if you are, that's where you are. Don't judge it. Don't think, man, I keep on wobbling. Let go of that. That's not what we're doing. Yoga is about acceptance. That mindset right there is a barrier, and it will not let the mind and body become one. Just the way it is. And wherever you are, if you feel like you can, reach up higher. If your arms are out, reach up, still reach out. However you want to do it, you're going to look forward. Now we're going to go to the high lunge. So palms go down, the back knee goes off the floor, get the leg as straight as you can. Back is straight or arched. And we're going to do the high lunge. So we're going to make sure the front knee is not over the toes. If it is, you need to lengthen up. So really lengthen up. Try to get the back leg as straight as you can. And just focus on the breathing. So you're going to settle, accept, and focus. Now, right foot goes over to the left side. We're going to do the pigeon. So the foot down from the left hand. You might have to lengthen up some. And then you're going to fall right on top of the leg. So hip bones are square, and you fall right on top of it. And you're just accepting. Now my foot's hitting the wall behind me. So get settled, find your spot, and let the body just sink into it. So you're not pushing yourself down or pulling yourself down. You're just letting the body go where it goes and focus on the breathing. Think of nothing else but the breathing. And here is acceptance. So you might be up like this. That's all right. Doesn't matter. You're accepting. You might be going down perfectly. That's great too. But once you're settled, you let go of all that thinking. Just focus on the breathing. Arms go to the floor. Push yourself up. So arms are straight, and you're doing a scoop. So you're pushing forward. Think of the hip bones, still keeping them square as you can get them. Then you settle, and then just focus on the breathing. And you are pushing in this one. So you're pushing up, and then you're pushing forward, and you're scooping. So I'm not even scooping like I should. My head should be dropped. Should go back. But I get talking, and then I don't do the pose as perfect as I think I should do it. But that's judgment too. You're going to fall back on the leg. Let yourself sink into it. Just accept. Accept. Don't judge it. Once you're down, accept it. Again, bring yourself up. Arms straight, pushing forward. Hips scooping, heads dropping back, arms straight. You are pushing into this pose, but you're only pushing to the spot right before you feel like, man, I shouldn't go any further. Find that spot, settle there, accept where you are, and just focus on the breathing. Thinking of nothing else but the breathing. That heightens your awareness, so lets you know what's being stretched, lets you know what's going on in the body, lets you know what's going on around you. It's heightening your awareness, and that's a mindset, awareness. Take that mindset off in the real world, off the mat, into the real world. Be aware, so-called real world. So Now you're going to go into the high lunge. So to get in the high lunge, you're going to bring yourself out of the pose. So go down, curl the toes under in the back, and then you're going to bring the right foot up between the hands. We're not going to stay in the high lunge. We're just going to settle here for a second or so, just to center ourselves, and then move in to the downward dog. So arms straight. Let me fix my shirt. Legs are straight. Tailbones to the ceiling. The stuff on my pants. Heels towards the floor. And you are pushing into this pose, but the head is dangling. So no tension in the neck. Just let the head dangle. Once you're settled in the spot where you feel like, man, I shouldn't go any further, just focus on the breathing. Let go of judgment. Don't judge where you are. Accept where you are. Essentially, you're learning how to accept yourself. You're learning the mindset of acceptance. So when you go in the real world, you accept where you are. You accept others. That doesn't mean you don't try. Doesn't mean that you don't go for things. That don't mean you just accept what people do to you. You accept what's happened, and then you handle what needs to be handled. So now you're going to slide into the upper dog or modify it how you have to. So you drop down to the knees and the chest. You slide up. Tops of the feet are to the floor. Of course, the palms are to the floor. My shirt keeps on messing up. So professional. No, I don't care. Doesn't matter. It's part of yoga. Or you can modify this pose. So if you're going to modify it, go to hands and knees. Do the cow or do the small cobra. Pull yourself up. Palms are to the floor, but you're not pushing up. Or modify the upper dog. Or do the upper dog, which you think is perfect. But once you're in that pose, whether you think it's perfect or not, let go of that mindset. It's judgment. You let the mind and body connect. And then back to downward dog. Again, downward dog. Hair on my pants. Pushing into it. Arms are straight. Legs are straight. Tailbones going to the ceiling. Heels or into the floor, towards the floor. No tension in the neck. So the head's dangling. You are pushing into this pose. But you're not pushing past the spot. You're not pushing past the spot. I can't speak this morning. I couldn't speak yesterday. I could never speak, but I'm not doing myself any justice on the speaking. So you push to the spot right before you feel like, man, I shouldn't go any further. Find that spot, accept it. Accept that I can't speak. I'm by myself laughing. That's not good. So left foot is up between the hands, low lunge. So with the low lunge, top of the foot to the floor in the back, knees to the floor. Hips are square, pushing forward diagonally. The back is straight. You're going to reach out. If the back is arched, you're going to push forward still. Make sure the front knee is not over the toes. Man, I'm losing it. One thing I'm thinking about instructing, but I keep on thinking about something at work, and it's throwing me off. It's nothing even negative happening at work. I just keep on thinking about something. And you're opening up here. So in this pose, you're feeling open. So if you're closed up or you feel like you're closed up, if that's open to you, then you're open. Openness is the mindset. Feel open. And again, you're taking that mindset off into the so-called real world. You're feeling opened. Let your mind be open. Let everything happen. You're aware of things. Makes you alert. Makes you bright. And now with the back foot, curl the toes under, knee goes up, high lunge. I'm sorry, that's not what we're doing. We're going to the monkey. Man. Number 108. The worst routine ever. No, I'm just joking. It's the best routine ever because it's all about acceptance. So reaching up. Now here, whatever you're doing, the arms are out, parallel, you're looking forward, you're looking up. Make sure that fingers are wide as wide as you can get them. Reaching up. Just focus on the breathing. I'm going to focus on the breathing and let myself connect. And wherever you are, reach up higher, even if your arms are out some, that's fine too. Even if you're looking forward, that's fine. Acceptance. Palms down to the front, knee goes up, high lunge. If you're in the high lunge, you are in the high lunge. You could be in the low lunge, but if you're in the high lunge, back straight, maybe arch. Make sure the front knee is not over the toes. And just accept. Focus on the breathing. Thinking of nothing else but the breathing. So you want to get the back leg as straight as you can get it. And try to keep this leg from going out or going in too much. It's a very natural thing to go out or go in and try to get it as straight as you can. Just focus on the breathing. You settle. Once you're settled, you accept. So if the knee's going in, that's where you are. You're accepting it. You're not thinking about it anymore. Now for the pigeon, left foot goes over to the right side. So foot down on the hand. And you're going to fall right on top of the leg. So think of the hip bones. Hip bones are square. And you fall right on top of the leg. And you're just accepting where you're going. Not pulling yourself in or pulling yourself in. You're just accepting. So palms to the floor. Push yourself up. Arms are straight. Think of the hip bones pushing forward still a little bit diagonally. And back is arch, head is up. You are pushing into this pose. But you're only pushing to the spot right before you feel like, man, I shouldn't go any further. Find that spot. Settle there. Accept where you are. And then just focus on the breathing. Again, that is a mindset. We're learning acceptance. Learning what's acceptance in order to find out what is going on. That mindset, you take off the yoga mat into the so-called real world. And what happens, you realize you're just the watcher. So you can fall back on the leg, sink into it. Focus on the breathing. I know I'm talking into the mat. I was going to get carpet, actually. I was going to get carpet on Friday, but I'll tell you in a second. Bring yourself up, palms to the floor, arms straight. Think of the hip bones, arching the back, dropping the head back. So I was going to get carpet Friday. I got paid. I was like, okay. Sneak a little bit of money out on my paycheck, go buy some carpet, and my car wouldn't start. For real. For real. So anyways, I had to go buy a battery instead. Battery cost $163. It was ridiculous. So I had to replace the battery. I couldn't get carpet. That was my carpet money. What's it meant to be? Acceptance, right? Acceptance. I accepted it. So the left foot goes between the hands. So you're going to bring yourself out of the pose. So you go down and then bring the foot between the hands. We're not going to stay in the high lunge. We're just settle here, use it as a transition pose. Then move into the standing forward bend, palms to the calves, elbows into the sides of the legs. Pull yourself in and down. And just focus on the breathing. Now here, you're pulling yourself in and down. Forehead's going to the knees. And when you inhale, the belly swells with air. It pushes you out of the pose slightly. Let yourself be pushed out. When you exhale, you go back into the pose. Let yourself go back into the pose. It's a subtle movement, and you're aware of that subtleness, but you're focused on the breathing. The palms together, reach out, up and back, inhale, and then exhale. Then you're going to go to mountain pose. So that was the first sun salutation. We held the poses a little longer, went into the stretches a little deeper, and it was so-called difficult. And I say difficult, but I don't even know what it means. I see people say difficult. But difficult is a tricky word because when you're doing yoga, you are going into the pose, but then you're accepting where you are. You're making the pose comfortable. So is it really difficult? It's a mindset. But it was longer, poses were held longer, and you stretched longer. And that allows us to go into the second sun salutation, which is a standard sun salutation. A little bit of integral yoga type of this. I point here because that's from integral yoga, Satchidananda. And here, they're going to be shorter, and it's going to be so-called easier. So you want to tap into this mindset, this energy of feeling like, man, this is easy. So with this sun salutation, we're going to follow the breathing. So when you're opening up, you're inhaling slowly, and when you're closing up, you're exhaling slowly. Focus on that breathing. It allows these movements to become a moving meditation. They're not just movements. They're not just stretching. You're moving, and it's becoming a moving meditation because you're focused on the breathing. Make sure you're aware of the movements. Make sure you're aware of the stretching. But it becomes a form of a moving meditation. So feet are shoulder width apart. Toes go up. Spread the toes. Knees are bent. Hips are tilted. Arms are relaxed. Shoulders are relaxed. Lengthen up. And then let the bones line up as if you were just your skeleton, and the skeleton is just standing. So I'll lead you through the breathing. Don't worry about it. Just focus on the breathing. Think of nothing else but the breathing. Palms together, thumbs to the heart center. Push your arms out, up and back. Inhale slowly, because we're going together. Inhale slowly. And then exhale. As you exhale, you hinge forward from the lower back. Palms go to the calves, elbows into the sides of the legs, foreheads to the knees, pushing all the air out. Pull yourself in and down. Exhaling slowly. And now left foot is back into a low lunge, opening up, inhaling, because you're opening up. And now we're going to go to downward dog. You're closing up, so you go exhale, push all the air out slowly. You're going to inhale, upward dog, modify how you have to. Inhale slowly. And then you're going to exhale, push all the air out, pushing into the pose. Then left foot is up, between the hands, little lunge, opening up, inhaling. Exhale, standing forward bend, pull yourself in and down, exhaling. No palms together, reach out, up and back, inhale. Then exhale. And then the mountain pose. Remember the mountain pose, toes go up before you start. Then each toe touches one at a time. Knees are bent, hips are tilted, feet are shoulder width apart. No tension in the arms or the shoulders. Lengthen up, and then line up the bones where the skeleton is just standing. We're just going to focus on the breathing. So when you're inhaling, the belly swells with air slightly. And when you exhale, the belly goes in. Watch that. That's watching your breathing. Or bring your focus to the tip of the nose and watch the air go in and out. Just pick one and watch yourself breathe. Now it's natural to start watching yourself breathe, and then you start controlling it. Let go of the mindset of control. You're already breathing. So just watch it. So we'll stay here just a little bit longer. So just watch yourself breathe. And bring the palms together. That's it. So that's number 108. For some reason, I struggled a little bit. I had the monkey mind. My mind was going. I was thinking about work. Of course, when I instruct, I'm thinking about giving instruction. If I get too much in the routine, I can throw my instruction off. And I've done that before. Like I start meditating myself. I start falling into yoga, and then when I say something, I'm like, wait, that's not right. And a lot of times that happens because my mind wanders. Like today I was thinking about something at work. I don't even know what I was thinking about now. So it wasn't important. That's because my mind was there and I kept on messing up on my words. I was saying the right stuff. It wasn't coming out of my mouth correctly. So I will see you tomorrow at 5:30 a.m. to 6 a.m. Arizona time, Mountain Standard Time. So namaste, peace and love.